to each their own. So the thing is like, do you believe in evolution?
No,
Since you're a Christian,
no,
so you think God made Earth in 7 days
yeah,
or whatever? So everything created today was like exactly the way it is.
pretty much, yeah, perfect. I mean, we've had the flood since. That's why the city's underneath the sea. So this doesn't look like it used to look.
No, so just to say that one more time. To repeat the last part you said.
Yeah, I believe that, but it doesn't look like it was meant to look because we had the flood. The whole world was flooded. Everything's been slushed around and it's not perfect anymore. We didn't used to have sea here. The city's under the sea. Yeah, so I believe that. And I believe that through evidence as well. I can't prove it, but I
So the
believe.
thing is like, so like when the thing is like, if everything was mixed up, all the fossils would be like all over the place, right?
Do you know
Like in
how?
the
Do you know?
sediment rock.
Do you know how fossils are made? I mean, the flood
Yeah.
theory actually
How do you?
the flood theory actually proves fossilization. Like that's a brilliant place to let me take you to.
So
So
like the thing is like, if you the lower you get into the like into the rocks, the older rocks, they're like simplistic like microorganisms like than the sponges. You know what I mean? Like it's like not as complex organisms. The higher you go up, the Cambrian explosion, all that
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
You know what I
Do
mean?
you know
Like
what's really
it gets more
interesting?
complex. You will
Can,
never see like a human fossil at like the very, very bottom. That's what
can,
I'm trying to say.
can I just
Dinosaurs and human fossils
yeah?
don't interact.
Can I just
Good.
send you something
Yes,
very
yes.
interesting? Because I study this, like I really, really study this. You have
Mm-hmm.
that fossil record of in a drawing book. It says this fossil's here, that fossil's there. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean.
Sure.
They have the graph, the drawing in the
No,
book.
yeah. Yeah, good. Yeah.
Can you give me one example of that in life? Because it doesn't actually, it doesn't. You've been taught that, but we can never demonstrate it. We can show different layers of fossils, but
No, like,
that
what
doesn't
do you mean? Like,
happen. Okay, so
we don't. Go ahead.
okay,
I'm so
so
sorry. Go ahead.
if that was real, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
if that because I know that I went to school, yeah, I study this. I look at both sides. I debate evolution, and when someone says um, about the different layers of fossils shows the different times, there's
Mm-hmm.
no example in real life of that actual. There's no example. There's no example. If for that to be true, most of the world would be like that. Oh, here are the small bacteria. Here are the little things. Then they get bigger. There's no example. It's just you've been taught it through movies and you taught it in textbooks.
So the thing,
We don't see it, bro.
so the thing is, like, fossils are actually really rare to come by because they only happen whenever, like,
When they're buried with no oxygen and water.
yeah, and it takes a particular kind of rock to actually preserve, like, fossils and stuff like that. It's
Fossilization can happen really quickly.
it's no, it's actually sediment rock. It's not any kind of rock. And a lot of the rocks actually they go under the continental shelf, so they get recycled. Old rocks are like rare. You have to go to like the Midwest in the U.S. stuff like that. You have to go to particular areas to actually find fossils. A lot of the other land is new because it gets melted down. You know what I mean?
Why do you think we find? Why do you think we find lots of fossils together? Lots of big animals together.
Like what do you mean? Why do we find a bunch of fossils together?
Yeah. Do you think the animals were trying to walk away from a flood? They got to the top of a
No,
hill and they all
bro.
drowned.
No,
No.
not likely. No.
Okay. So to make a fossil, so if an animal dies now, its
Mhm.
bones are left on the top of the surface, and animals come and eat it, and the bones rot away because they're exposed.
The No, so the thing is, it's usually like maybe like a landslide. It gets caught up in a landslide, so it's covered in
Right.
sediment.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. I get that one. So that could
and also,
allow.
so the thing is, right? So do you
So it
believe
has
like
to have
do you?
water. No, no, but it has to have water and mud because what a fossil is doing is it's transferring replacing the bone. Yeah, the bionic material is
I
being
I I
replaced
know what
by a
you're saying.
mineral.
Yeah, it
So
actually is replaced. Yes, yes.
it has to happen in very unusual circumstances of basically wet mud, pressure and wet mud, for it to be preserved and for the exchange of minerals, non-organic minerals to organic. They're changed over in the water solution. Yeah, so it has to have certain conditions. Do you know how
So
quickly?
like, how would you explain like Archaeopteryx, like fossils that are like they look like dinosaurs, but they got feather imprints, stuff like that. So it's like a midway fossil from a dinosaur to like modern day birds. How would you explain
I've
that?
looked into a lot of these, and you'll see single examples, and
No,
they'll
there's actually
base theories.
multiple. If there's actually multiple, you can look it up.
Cool,
It's not just one fossil.
cool.
It's not just
I
a
mean,
fossil,
you
and
do.
it's multiple species.
Do you know what dinosaur means?
Something giant lizard or king lizard, something like that.
Terrible lizard. Cool.
Yeah,
Educated man. Cool. So the Bible mentions dragons a lot.
yeah,
Yeah,
I know about that. Yeah,
and that word means big lizard. That's what they
yeah.
changed
You're
it around.
saying like soft tissue doesn't decay, blah blah blah. They
You
could
know
look
that
like
they find dinosaurs with soft tissue in, and they hide it from everyone. Are you aware of
sure.
that? Are you aware of that?
D-
They find dinosaur bones. I'm not denying dinosaurs. I used to, and then I
yeah,
studied. And I was like, oh shit, they're just big lizards. So
yeah. No, no, no.
we
It's
find
I
dinosaurs with blood, and we find them with like red blood cells in. So and
no, it's
65
actually
billion
had them
years
in.
ago, we
So the thing is, I'm aware of that. So like, if you carve into bone marrow, right? But the DNA is like so destroyed that it's not even like relevant.
no, it's
But
not.
I was gonna say one more thing. Have you looked into like embryology at all?
Of course, I have.
Like if you look at like a study of like embryos.
Hmm.
So the thing is like if you look at like a chicken embryo, it still has like teeth and stuff. When it still has like a beak.
Do you honestly think
Like
that dinosaurs came from, or dinosaurs turned into birds?
yes, I think a certain strain did. Yes, like like how most birds don't actually have like tailbones. They lose it, like how we lose our little webbed feet and stuff like that. There's a gene that like turns that shit off. You understand what I'm saying?
Do you understand that you're saying that fossils have always been being created? I'm saying they all happened at the flood. Most of them happened at the flood. Very, 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 very small incidents where the conditions are perfect allow fossils to be created. But when the whole world flooded, yeah, they created the perfect condition, everything that
No,
died.
no, I actually no. Okay, so if that was the case, right? Why is it like simple stuff at the bottom, more complicated as we go up?
It's
That's
not.
what I'm trying to tell you.
You've just been
Like,
taught
why
that.
is it?
No, it's
It's
not.
like it would everything would be jumbled up. We would see
Yeah,
like human fossils at the
but
very bottom,
yeah,
like with
yeah,
dinosaurs, but it's not like that.
but it is. You've just been taught that. You've just been taught
Okay,
that. You know that most of the bone discoverers were Freemasons, and they found them all at a certain time.
we're still finding fossils today.
I know we are, and I don't deny. I
Yeah,
don't deny we're finding them, but we're finding them,
yeah.
and we're saying, "Oh, look, it's got red blood cells," and they're going, "Shut up," because it has to match the 65 million years. And what we're not seeing is if for this to be true, I love evolution, mate. I think it's one of the. I was gifted at biology, yeah. Biology is one of my favourite subjects. So for something to change, we need to see slow progression.
So I literally have to ask. So if you believe in like the flood, right? Noah was on the ark, right? And he landed, right?
You know they found.
Why don't we?
You know they found a Noah's Ark. You need to remember that one. You need to type in this one. Ron Wyatt Noah's Ark. You need to type in that. Go to YouTube and go to Ron Wyatt. Noah's Ark is about. It's up
Okay, no,
there.
I got you. No, I'm saying like wherever Noah landed, right? You would see like kangaroos, right? How do they magically just pop up only in Australia? You would see like a trail of kangaroos traveling to Australia. You know what I mean? If there's only two pairs, they land in like the Middle East somewhere on top of like a mountain. You would see like all these animals like that are only like capybaras in like South America. You would see them their migrational path.
No, you wouldn't.
And
You
Noah didn't
wouldn't. No,
get
listen
them.
to me. No, no, no. I like it. I like what you're saying there because I had to think. No, you wouldn't because we don't leave bones. You don't find bones on the surface because everything's eaten and taken away and rotting. Bones disappear when they're left exposed to the surface. So you wouldn't. Yeah. If they travelled, they'll be extinct in certain areas. Animals get extinct. Yeah. They develop. So the Bible says they shall give after their own kind. So a cat makes a big cat, makes a small cat. A puma is related to a jaguar. Yeah, cats are cats.
No, I got you. That's Ken Welling or whatever his name in Australia. That's his like view. The guy that replicated like the Noah's Ark, right?
No, no, no,
Ken
no,
Ham,
no, no,
whatever
no,
his
no,
name is.
no, no, no. They found Noah's Ark exactly where the Bible said. I've
No,
looked
I
into.
understand that, but I'm saying that that's also what Ken Ham believes too. Like one kind can give rise to like another
No,
kind,
that's
something
what
like
God.
that.
That's what God said. No, it's a species. So a dog will always be a dog, but it can grow. So you have 96% dormant DNA, and God, you have a package to change. You know, to do.
So do you believe the Earth is round, or do you think it's flat with like a dome on it?
I studied the flat Earth for 4 years before I became Christian, and then when I tried to disprove the Bible, and I read 200 flat Earth Bible verses, I laughed for months, and I still laugh. So yeah, I studied that for 4 years, mate. I used to preach the flat Earth without realizing there was a God. So I spent four. We can talk about that if you want. Like if you really want to talk about it, I'm pretty good at talking about that. So quick
No, wait.
question.
So do you actually believe in flat Earth
Yeah,
or no?
100%. I observe it. I'm a critical thinker, so I tested it myself. Like most people in history have always believed in flat Earth. It's only in the last 60 years that you kind of 60, 70 years that people have kind of believed it's round. Do
No,
you
I'm
do
fine. Thank you. I do
do,
appreciate your time though.
do you believe that
But
we
again,
landed
I'm
on
not
the
here to
moon?
debate.
No worries. Did you believe we landed on the moon in 1969?
Yes, I do actually.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. That's very interesting. So you know when you look at the moon is 24,000 miles away, and the
Yeah.
sun is 93.3 million miles away,
Hmm.
and we see them. You know, we have solar eclipses, don't we? It's fluke. A solar eclipse is a fluke. Yeah. And when you look at the sun in the morning, you see it very small coming up on the horizon, and then it gets bigger, and then it sets to get smaller. Why is that? Why?
So I have
If
one
we're in, if we're in
final question for
orbit,
you.
ask anything,
No,
bro.
before I go, a final question. Okay.
Ask
So like,
anything.
let's say
Make it good.
if so, I'm guessing that you think the sun is a flat disk, right?
No,
And
it's
the moon is a
round.
flat disk,
Look at it.
or whatever.
It's a ball.
It's like a light source, right?
It's a ball. It's a big ball in the sky.
Got you, got you. The thing is like, if the Earth is flat,
Yeah.
shouldn't it just shine light everywhere? Shouldn't it be day
No, because
everywhere? If like,
it's closer to where you think. So if you have a lamp and you bring it close to the area, that's why we see shadows. Because if light travels in straight lines, I want you to listen to this because it's really simple, and you'll think all day. Yeah, I just want to plant one seed. If the sun is 93 million miles away, yeah, and light travels in straight lines, because we can test that. We know light travels in straight lines. When the sun goes like this, you know, like kids draw it, they go like that, and all the light goes out in different ways, in straight lines, yeah? The Earth
mhm.
is over here, very, very, very small, and you have 360 degrees of light. A very, 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 very small line of light will reach the Earth. Yeah? You understand that? I'm not losing you?
No, I got you. I got you. Yeah.
Straight line, leave the Earth. Why do we see shadows? And why do shadows start long, go short, and then go long again? I say to you, it's because the light source is a lot closer than you think. It's just there. And it casts a shadow. Do you understand? So light doesn't travel.
I,
Yeah.
I I do.
Just take
I
your time with
appreciate your
that
time.
one.
Again, like I still disagree with everything you
That's
said,
fine.
but like
It took me
that's
months.
fine.
It
But
took me
again,
months.
to each their own. You know what I mean? No hate, all only love.
Well,
You feel
I
me?
tell you one thing. The reason they would say that you came from a big bang from nothing and you're just a monkey flying around in space is because they're trying to cover up God. Because if you did understand that, look at the shadows today, and then think about it, and why does the sun get bigger in the day and then smaller? You might just go, oh, because for the last 70 years we've been brainwashed, but for all history, all religions, all tribes, everything, they've always believed that it was flat. All their models are flat. The Bible describes
Okay.
a flat earth. Most Christians don't believe it, but most Christians don't study what the Bible says outside. I came to the Bible through science. I have been trying to disprove it for 5 years. I can't. Yeah, so I don't need
Okay.
to defend it. It's like, look, if it's true, I put my faith in it. I experience God, but that's subjective. I can't tell you,
Yeah,
God.
I got you.
You know, there's no point in me going in there. I like to use a scientific method. This is why I'm not Muslim. I disproved the book. I put both books next to each other. I looked at the archaeology. I became Christian. I know where I'm
No,
going.
I got you, and I don't discredit your experiences. You know, your life.
Let me
Your
send you one thing. I do a YouTube channel. Yeah. This is my channel. I'm actually recording, but I'm only recording my way because I talk to Muslims and the punishments, they get killed if they leave the faith. So I only record my face.
mm,
So don't say your name, basically.
Got you, got you.
In the description, there are 5 videos of apologetics. It's not a posh way of saying sorry. It's just science that shows the evidence. So I don't need to
For
tell
sure.
you what to think. I can tell you where to look.
Okay,
Noah's
sounds good,
Ark.
bro.
Oh, there's not flat Earth on there because people are so turned off by when you mention it. They don't engage in conversation. So I don't mention it. Yeah. So there's not a flat
Okay,
Earth thing on there. But have a look at the videos. What I say to people is, if the videos are brilliant, you'll watch all of it. If they're not, you'll flick it off and say that guy's crackers. But if you gave it
for
one
sure.
video 5 minutes, you'll probably watch all of them because they're on every
Okay.
video, and it's not me stood here in a green jumper. It's just this says this. Oh shit, it's there. Here's the science
Mm-hmm.
behind it. Let us show you, and you go, oh, the most
Okay.
beautiful.
Well,
I'll finish with this. The most beautiful thing about Christianity is if it is true, heaven's free and you can know God. If it isn't, don't worry, have fun.
yep, yep.
So yeah, I hope it. I know it's right, but I hope you find out it's right. God bless
All
you.
right. Peace, mate.
Take that link. Take my link.
Okay.
God bless you, mate.